What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here doing a mulch install. I haven't installed mulch in a long time. This is my first sale for what I call recycled mulch or aged mulch or my little blend that I made. Got the dump truck out here, got the tractor out here. These were wood chips that came out to our property from Tree Guys. These are a year old. I aged them down. I added some char in there, basically just the remnants of burn piles, and I mixed them in there along with a little bit of manure, let it age, flipped it twice. Essentially the costs of producing this, diesel fuel that went into those two machines. Other than that, it's just time, taking a waste product and turning it into something that looks good, looks really good. I like how it came out. So previously, what was here, or what they've done in previous years, this homeowner had used a dyed mulch. They sell at the landscape supply stores. It's more expensive, uses a lot more energy to produce, and the issue that these guys had that made them see one of my signs and go, oh, you know what, let's try that, is their dog. They've got a young puppy and it continues to eat the old mulch, and it made them aware, the trip to the vet made them aware of how toxic the mulch is previous. And so they saw the natural mulch sign and they're like, yo, let's try some of that. And I told them how I make it, how I age it, turn the pile, etc. And they're like, yep, that's what we want. Come out and install it. But what I want to share with you guys here on the channel is it's a baby step in the right direction. Long term, this is crazy. It's the green grass, the landscape, none of it being edible. It's just crazy. I mean, you see some guy over here, he's got some solar panel, something going on there, maybe for water, maybe for electricity, you know, one of those type of things. But there's just nothing going on here. Let me show you the numbers on here. In this area, everyone here has an acre plus, a little less than an acre on these lots, larger lots, older homes. You're gonna pay at minimum $250 a month for a lawn service. It's just mow, blow, go type of situation. Then you're gonna pay for a fertilizer and pest service of probably 100 to 150, depending if they're coming every month or if they're coming every other month. Some of the pest control guys or the fertilizer guys will do every other month in here because the properties are so large. It's gonna put you in at like somewhere, it's gonna be like $400 a month to maintain a property in here, or $5,000 a year. And you get nothing out of it. In fact, all you get is a bunch of poisons that eventually roll their way down into this drainage situation, roll out to that estuary and finds Philippi Creek and runs down into Sarasota Bay, causes red tide, kills off tourism, kills off fishing, kills off, like, I mean, it's just nasty. It's just absolutely disgusting. But it's completely, it's just completely acidine that we even have what we would call grass holes. I mean, that the idea of like having a green manicured lawn is part of the American culture. I mean, where it came from is the Dark Ages. And if you were like a king or a well-to-do noble and you had enough peasantry, you would have some sort of lawn courtyard area to entertain guests in. And it was a sign of wealth. And in America, we're kind of like fronting, right? Like if any of these homes have a mortgage on them and they're paying $400 a month for like lawn care type of services, like, joke's on them. You know, like, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. What makes sense instead is to rip that yard out, put in mulch, like the entire thing, mulch the entire thing, shell the entire thing, get it to a spot where it's a zero escape yard. It doesn't require any extra water or fertilizer to take care of it, and then pack it full of edible plants. I mean, here in Southwest Florida, we can grow tomatoes or onions or yams or potatoes or watermelon or citrus or mangoes, and we can grow, I mean, literally hundreds of varieties of things will grow here in Southwest Florida. I realize it's not everywhere, but it makes no sense to have, one, the negative cash flow, two, what you're adding to the environment as far as environmental waste. And that's not counting how much fuel is burned in that lawn service, as far as trucks coming to you, trucks leaving to you, like all of it. It's just a wasted process. I mean, obviously it's accounted for in the revenue. You're spending $400, and obviously they're not spending more than $400 to produce the lawn. But all of that adds up to a net negative, as opposed to a positive of zero maintenance, really nothing to do, and walking out to your yard, and instead of having, this is a carrot wood, it's completely invasive to the area, having something like that, this would be a mature mango, and you could just pull mangoes off of it. Like, amazing. Citrus, You know, I mean, like there's just no point in these grass holes. And so it's a small baby step in the right direction to get a client, first client I've ever had, first client that I've had this for, because the product is my first batch and it's, you know, just became available probably this month. I was like, okay, it's ready to go. Where it's a step in the right direction. Concerned about the new puppy, going with an organic mulch, not a non-dyed mulch, but like this mulch has like some good manure in it. It's got like, it's composted down. It's been composted for a year, and it's got some like greens in there that were put in there as far as like scrap, like waste scraps. Now what I did here today is not going to change the world, but it's a step in the right direction, and it's a conversational opener with a new client. Where I'd like to end with, dude, what are we doing with this lawn? Like, what's going on here? Like, does this make any financial sense? Although the economics of it are going to dictate that regardless. Whether I want that to happen now or not, sometime this decade, when my other videos I've been putting out are all start going, oh, wow, that's happening. Oh, that's happening. Oh, food shortages. Oh, that's happening. All these things are happening. People are going to naturally go like, one, I can't afford my lawn service. And two, yeah, I think I should get some food security and start growing some of my own stuff to whatever level. So it's going to naturally happen. But this is a conversational opener going, they've got a puppy. They're concerned about it. They want to go with something a little bit more natural. I've got charred ash in there. I've got manure. I've got composted, all sorts of stuff in there. It's wood chips. It's been aged, it looks good, it's healthier for their plants. They're gonna notice a huge change in their plants over time. It's gonna start to improve their soil instead of all that dye and poison that they've been putting down year after year, every time they've been remulching. It's gonna start to improve their soil. And I'm not saying they're going to, but it gets it more ready for that conversation 5 years from now, 7 years from now. Hey, Trav, I would like to take that. I'd like to have tomatoes there, man. Can we put tomatoes there? Yeah, we've got, when you dig in there, got some worm activity going on. We got mushrooms growing in there and stuff. We got microbial activity occurring. Yeah, man, definitely. We're gonna have a lot of success putting something in there. And it furthers it, or gets us one step closer to going, hey, this is a lot of wasted space. As a community, this is a lot of wasted space. There's a lot that we could do here as far as getting rid of the lawns, getting rid of the traffic, getting rid of the lawn. I hear a lawnmower going right now, the noise pollution from that, the lack of the availability to grow food around here. I mean, it would be a much better place if we had no grass and we were growing food. But that's a far stretch idea. I mean, people watching this now are like, what are you talking about, man? On YouTube? I thought it was I saw lawn care in the subject, and it was, oh man, I came here for the Brian's lawn maintenance stuff, man. Like that psyop, dude, come on now. Like, those guys aren't in lawn care, they're in YouTube. And they're promoting an idea of staying with the way things were, instead of going like, does it even make sense to have grass? I mean, yeah, we want ball fields, we want football fields, we want nice grassy areas. I get it. But do we need the entire space to be just covered in green and then just being doused with pesticides and poisons and fertilizer, which are going to be in short supply anyway, so it doesn't even matter, and then have non-edible pretty trees that are not going to do you a whole lot if the grocery stores start to get a little thin? And so economically, this is happening regardless, but it's a step in the right direction with opening up a client list going, hey, let's get you guys some composted mulch. You know, we've aged this, put ash in this. It's like, it's, you know, the ash is going to draw in carbon. It's going to like make the plants go boom. I mean, it just sucks it in. Plants need carbon. And so it's a small baby step in the right direction. And it's a conversational opener to going, hey, homeowner guy, there's a better way to do this.